Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog, Friday edition. Here we go again, the end of the week. It's all happening. A little bit behind schedule. Got a house opening tomorrow, so just getting that sorted and then trying to track down any info for today's show. But it's all looking pretty good. And then I had dramas with this bloody Canon app. I don't know if you've had to use it. I try and use it now so I don't have to run around to the camera and back again. But Wi-Fi connection with my Canon is a pain in the ass. The app is terrible, and then it 90% of the time just drops out halfway through while I'm in the middle of a show and I'm 2 foot from the camera. So as always with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, it's very, very sensitive. Hopefully we should be good now, but it's all up. I had to go in, play out, disconnect everything, re-establish connections, as we all do. We're all in that phase at the moment, trying to re-establish what's going to be new, getting back to work and stuff like that. I've got to go back to work next week after a few months off. That's going to be pretty insane. I am anticipating at least 6,000 plus emails I'm going to have to go through and clear out and get and sort out. So that's going to be fun. That'll be a day at least, 12-hour session just getting rid of emails. But a lot happening in there. Now, big shout out yesterday in my Instagram post. I normally tag the guys that I use their stuff with, or occasionally there's some competitions and stuff I put out there. A few of them like Create No Matter What, which is a great thing that Adorama started really early on with COVID. So I do that. Also, Three-Legged Thing, they have a daily photo. I'm a big fan of their tripods. I finally just purchased one, and it was pretty funny because just as I'd purchased one, they put one of my photos as their daily photo, and I was pretty chuffed, I've got to admit, as a photographer, and especially someone that's really only been back in it for a couple of years, or a year and a half, 2 years, I guess. It's pretty nice feeling that someone of those guys' level can say, give me a shout out. So yeah, much appreciated them guys. Thank you very much for that. That was very cool to get the message from them saying it's up, and I went and checked, and yeah, there it was on their page, on their live page. So that was very cool. Something fun, and gives you a little bit of pride in your work, and that's always good to know that something you do makes someone else get that same sort of feeling that you get out of it. And I guess that's what we all do with photography, and whatever you do, photography. The nurses, when they see someone walk out healthy with their family and recovered, I'm sure they get that same pride. A doctor, when they deliver a baby, I'm sure they walk out of the building going, I've just helped bring another life into the world. So whatever you do it well, I guess is the theory. If you do it the best you possibly can, you'd be surprised how that can touch other people. So yeah, I think that was pretty cool, and yeah, big shout out to them. They do make some wicked stuff. I can't wait to get my tripod. I've been waiting a long time and saving my pennies for a long time. They're not cheap, but they're super high quality, so I can't wait. That's going to be my main camera one. So yeah, very, very cool. Other than that, last night, I had a big session. Smashed as much as I could out before I hit the wall about 2:30. When you look at photos of the moon over and over and over, I'm pretty sure I know nearly every bump on that side of the moon from looking at the photos, because going through and I'm trying to really go in and get at 3:1 going in and zoom 3:1 and really isolating it and trying to make sure I'm picking the absolute best photos so I can show you. I've got a couple of pearlers there, at least 2 to 3 that are got some super fine detail into zooming in at 3:1. They look fantastic. It's got a beautiful big black background, obviously. It's going to look pretty cool there, just sort of by itself as a moon. I think it'll be a great little print for me as well. I think it'll come up pretty cool in the video. I should be able to move it around and get some zoom action going. And that was what I wanted to do. I knew I had to be able to come in and zoom while I'm put in the Premiere Pro and do a bit of zooming in and out and thing to sort of show off the details of that photo. But yes, I've got a couple of options there to look at, and yeah, very stoked. I've still got a heap of photos to look at. Some other photos there. We've got some clouds and the swampland and the trees. There's some good stuff in there, and I've hopefully should have that all done tonight. I'd say I'm going to have to do some work over the weekend or Monday to try and get the video finished off. The photos have been a big job, so yeah, very heavy workflow on the photography side on this one, and I haven't even got to the video work, so hopefully I can get out. We're looking like a little bit of a delay at the moment, but we'll get there. Rightio, if you into photography or video, obviously, you know, lighting's a pretty important thing. Aputure is one of the bigger names in it. They do a little portable unit, which is fairly handy, and one of the best. Well, it's magnetic, wireless charging, all the sort of fancy stuff. The MC. Well, they're also known for a lot of their bigger lights for studios and stuff like that. So if you're into the studio side, or you're a little bit more advanced, they just released a 60D and a 60X on Facebook. Now, it was quite funny because I've seen that thing come up on Facebook and Instagram. I thought, well, I'll just go check out the details on their webpage. It's still not even on their webpage, and their webpage was constantly crashing. So I don't know if they've got webpage issues or not, but it's not on their website. You'll have to go to their Facebook thing to get some more details and watch the video they've put up. But I've got some details here for you anyway. It's a 60 watt focusing LED light, IP54 weatherproof, so like super high quality, 15 degrees to 45 degree beam angle, so it's and obviously focusing, so that's pretty cool. 50,000 lux at 1 meter, 4 times brighter than the Mini 20, 2700K to 6500K, and expandable by color. Does multiple batteries, D-Tap, Sony, and the V-mount variety. And it'll also work with the Sidious Link app compatible. So it's got all the adapters and it's got all the other kits. It pretty much adapts to a lot of their other gear for your shrouds and softeners and stuff like that. Tiny little bit of kit, man. Really tiny, portable, very cool. They do some fantastic stuff. So if you are looking at lighting, this new one's even smaller. I think the next size up goes like a 120, then a 300. The 300 you see in a lot of the bigger YouTubers to do their sets and stuff, and they have a couple of them. This could be one that's could do your set and then possibly also go out to a shot to maybe light up some trees or something like that, because it's portable and uses those V-mount batteries. So definitely an option to look at if you're looking for a nice new light. So go check that out. You'll see the photo of it on the front, on the thumbnail. But yeah, be aware their website, I'm not sure, it's got nothing on there. Very strange, and it was very tricky. It was kept crashing, as I said, very weird. Canon Rumours, over in Canon Rumours, he's got a source telling him that there's Canon testers, there'll be the Canon pros out testing only a small amount, a 70 to 135 f2L lens. Now it's going to be photographers and videographers, possibly Q4 release. No image stabilization because the IBIS is coming in the new cameras. It's a decent zoom. I don't think I'd really get it onto my M50. The 55 to 200 for the actual EFM is probably my favourite lens out of them. The 15 to 45 I'm not a big fan of, but the 55-200 is really good. And I think some of the really good shots I got of the supermoon actually come out of that, and they come up super clear, and it's got that image stabilization in it. And that makes a big difference for me. That's going to be a huge lens. I'd hate to see what the price has been an L series, but an F2, that's pretty darn cool. It's going to give you a lot of scope, 70 to 135. It's sort of, I guess, sort of in that Trinity. You could go to a 24-80 and then the 70 to 135, and then your wide angle down the bottom, the 14mm or 12 to 20mm or something like that. That's going to get you a heap of space. So more lenses. We know there's another, I think 9 to come out this year. What they are, we're not confirmed, but this may be again one of them. But this is out testing, so maybe this might be one of the ones we get really quickly, or once they start smashing them out. Now DJI, they had their new Air 2, which I wasn't really impressed with that much. I think they've got some other stuff coming out. And evidence of that is they've got out one of their commercial ones, the DJI Matrice RTK and Zenmuse camera. There's obviously, this is not a just chucking your cargo in the road. This is probably a $20,000-$30,000 drone, but it's super high tech and very good. Really good for emergency services, and a great little asset in that regards. It's got wide angle camera, a zoom, infrared, laser measurement, so I can do all that. 360 obstacle avoidance sensors everywhere, up, down, top, fully around, so I can pretty much get through everything. 55-minute flight time. It is a big kit. Hot swap batteries, so you can put new batteries on while it's in the middle of flying. So you can basically come in and go pow and just chuck it straight on without it even stopping, and then straight back up. So awesome. I get, again, for those emergency services, for rescue, for power line inspection, all those sort of stuff. So if you have a small business, or if you're in a mining business, I know we use ones at work, and they're just basically the Mavics, and they're okay, but I think this is probably more that scope, that really hardcore professional use. If you are a professional drone business and you're doing stuff like that, this has a lot of functions and it's going to be really good. It's a 15-kilometer radius, and yeah, it looks really well built. The batteries, you can basically swap them out. They got a super fast charger. You can buy a kit where you can get like 5 sets of 2 batteries, and bang bang bang, got everything. You can actually, it's with that 15k flight, you can actually start flying, and you can have another operator go to, say, the other side of the city, waiting there. Once you start to get out of range, they can then just basically call up, swap over, and then keep flying and take over and stuff. So then you can move and come around and stuff like that. So it's pretty darn versatile in that regards. And the reason I put it in there is probably because there's a lot of small businesses that would be interested in this as a really good, useful bit of tech, and something that could make them a lot of money. And B, that tech, like Formula One, the tech flows down to your domestic and your normal cars. Well, this also applies in the drones. This tech, the obstacle avoidance, the swapping operators, the better battery life, all that sort of stuff, that will then eventually flow down into your Mavics, your Airs, your Sparks, and all that sort of stuff. So, look, they're a really big company. They do great things. I'm sure this year we will see another sort of a Mavic. I can't say they wouldn't leave it too much longer. They need to upgrade. That Autel that's out at the moment, that's a wicked bit of kit. That's pretty much top of the wazzer at the moment. So I'd say we're due for a Mavic. I can't see them missing the mark for too much longer. And that's about it. Good news is I finally got my night filter. It's been about 3-4 months. I've been waiting and looking and trying to get one. I've gone for the NISI 82mm natural night light. So I'm pretty sure, and Aussie brand. So that's pretty cool. They're pretty big in Australia. Going to give it a crack and see how it goes. So NISI, hopefully you can clear out the skies, especially at work, and I get a bit of light. Hopefully that'll help me out with that. So I'm really looking forward to what I can do with that. And then when I come back, hopefully the regional borders will be open up a little bit, so I can get out into the dark a little bit more and go camping at a mate's house. And he reckons it's pretty cool out there. It's right next to the Perth Observatory, so I might be able to get some really sick shots out there. So fingers crossed. That's about it. We've had a heap of subscribers come over the channel in the last month or two, ever since COVID. I do want to say thank you for subscribing. Really means a lot to me. It's very cool to see 1 or 2 every couple of days. It probably doesn't mean much to the bigger channels, but to a little channel like me, very cool. And I do think it's awesome and a heap of fun to see you all come along to join us. Obviously, if you're on the podcast, there's been a few people listening to the podcast too, which blew me away as well. So I do want to thank you guys for dropping by and listening to me waffle on about all sorts of tech and bits and pieces. And yeah, I think it's cool. Very cool. I'm enjoying it, and it's really not that much harder to do. But that's about it from me. I hope you all have a good, safe weekend. Wasn't much in the way of COVID releases like we were hoping this weekend. They didn't open it up as much. I know the borders are all shut still in WA, which is a bit of a downer. South Australia looks like it's opening up. That's about the first place. And the Territory, they're probably going to be the first ones to get a little bit more freedom out. For you guys in other countries, just keep hanging on, guys. It's painful for everyone. Do what you can. Try and stay sane. I guess is probably the hardest thing at the moment. Keeping that sanity inside those brick walls. Try and get some fresh air as much as you can. Alrighty, guys, I will see you all Monday. Thanks for stopping by. Whether you're going that way, I'll see you Monday. Ciao.